Buongiorno and welcome to another CheMEMEistry video. Today we're going to look at the reactions of alkanes. You have to learn the processes for some, the rules for other, the conditions, but we're going to get through it together. Alright, number 2 is cracking. Cracking is when we take a long alkane, which isn't really used for much.
You're basic.
And we break it up into a short chain alkane and a short chain alkene. So this is a lot more useful than our long chain alkane we had in the beginning.
Alrighty then.
Now, there's 2 ways cracking can occur. Number 1 is thermal cracking. Thermal cracking is really high temperatures, really high heat, and it just snaps the molecule. And it can create one alkene, or it can actually create 2 alkenes. It always creates one alkane, always, just one, but it can create multiple alkenes. For example, when we crack decane, it will always create one alkane, so let's say pentane, but it could create pentene, or it could create propene and ethene. Now this process, thermal cracking, used in industry because it always produces alkanes and alkenes, and they're very useful. There's another process, however, it's called catalytic cracking. This uses a catalyst. What catalyst? Well, zeolite. This uses lower temperatures than our other cracking, and it uses lower pressures, so it's a lot more achievable. However, it produces loads of unwanted isomers. It can produce cycloalkanes, it can produce a molecule called benzene, and it creates a lot of things that we don't necessarily want.
Maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business.
So we tend to stick with thermal cracking in industry, but it is another option. You need to know about the 2 options. It's combustion, burning stuff. Really angry oxidation. Oxidation is when we slap oxygen onto molecules. So say we have ethane, well, it gets ripped apart and it makes carbon dioxide and water. And this is called complete combustion. It completely oxidizes everything. However, we can also have a thing called incomplete combustion.
Maybe if you had a business.
Incomplete combustion is where the same sort of thing occurs and the hydrogen is always fully oxidized. It loves making water. But the carbon is only partially oxidized. It can create carbon monoxide. Bad. Carbon monoxide is bad. Or just plain carbon. It just leaves plain carbon, and that's soot. But how would I write an equation for incomplete combustion? Well, if it tells you incomplete combustion, it's not all CO2. However, there's some impurities there which can produce some really bad effects.
Disgusting!
So, in coal, we have sulfur sometimes. Now, when sulfur is burnt, it creates a thing called sulfur dioxide. But when it reacts with water, it creates sulfuric acid, and it can do that in the atmosphere and create acid rain. So we actually need to learn a process for getting rid of the sulfur dioxide so it doesn't produce sulfuric acid. Well, basically, we just throw some stuff at it. Now we throw calcium oxide, CaO, and we throw water at it. And it actually tends to work, and it creates calcium sulfate in a complex with water. Another possible pollutant are nitrogen oxides. These occur in various different forms and usually happen in car engines.
In my mum's car.
So how do we deal with them? Well, we have a thing called a catalytic converter. Catalytic uses catalyst, and converter, it converts various things to other things. It reacts carbon oxides, right? So that could be carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, with the nitrogen oxides, and it creates carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Now, the actual catalytic converter is made of a honeycomb.
You like jazz?
Not literal honeycomb, but the honeycomb shape, because it's got massive surface area and it's coated with platinum or rhodium. So, we've covered a lot today. We've covered cracking, both thermal and catalytic, what it produces, why they're used, and we've covered combustion, complete combustion, incomplete combustion, and different pollutants that are created and how to deal with those. I've been CheMEMEistry. Thank you for watching.